Lovely to see it. People, I've had a busy week. Let me tell you, we've been busy. I apologise for my lack of being here. But it is what it is. There's a couple of things on my mind. There is something going on this Sunday, the 30th at Runnymede. I think it's about 12:30. Unfortunately, well, no, not unfortunately. Fortunately, it's my mother's birthday this Sunday, and I'm going out for lunch. So I'm not going to be able to go. There's always something happens. Morning, Cockney Patriot. All right, my son. All right. So mother's yes. Bless her. She's 72. She's going to kill me if she ever finds out that I'm telling her people around. She goes, oh, no, I'm not that. Anyway, so Sunday I'm going to be at my mum. So a couple of things. I'll be on Wake Up UK tonight. wakeupuk.net from 9 o'clock till 10. Join me, actually. What you can do is just click on the profile link on Wake Up UK. See me, I look like Stan all playing around with me here. Just click on the link and it'll take you through to Zoom and you can come in live on the chat show. It's fantastic. You'll enjoy that. So that's that. That's Wake Up UK tonight. And then on Sunday, apparently there's going to be a lot of people around at Runnymede. I don't know really what it's all about. It's about prayers and this, that, the other. Look, one thing I know is that there's a groundswell going on in this country right now, all right? And this new abnormal, stay safe, everybody, stay safe. Yes, stay safe. This together, ladies and gentlemen. I've never, I don't think I've ever known, I can imagine back in the plague, we're all in this together. Fuck off. I'm looking up, of course we're not. We're not all in this together. When you say protests are a waste of time, so what do we actually do? We're back. The time, what do we actually do? Right, there's a couple of things with protests. Protests, I think, are all right if you want to come together and gauge numbers and get to know each other and stuff like that. But protesting, it doesn't achieve anything, all right? Politicians laugh at us. It's like we're going out for bread and crumbs. You know, it's like we're just begging, please, can I have some more? It's very Oliver Twist. That's how I see it. When we had, in this country, we had people with proper backbones and stuff. We had things like unions and all this and that with work. Unions and that used to achieve quite a bit because it was people for the people. They were a voice for the people, but all that's disappeared. And all we got now is corporatism. I'll give you an example. Everyone gets a driving license, right? So you learn to drive, you learn to access, you learn how to do the pedals and the steering wheels and all this and that. And then what you do is from the age of 17, all the way through your life, all the time you drive. I mean, my neighbour's 80, he's still out on the road, blah, blah, blah. It's all a privilege. It's just a privilege, all right? It is just a privilege. So if you haven't got an MOT, you can't access the roads. If you haven't got insurance, you can't access the roads. So let's say today I've got my motor out there and I'm all good to go. I've got my tax, insurance, MOT, all this and that. And bearing in mind, no one has the right to monopolise over the roads. No government. No state shall convert a right into a privilege and charge a fee thereof. That's the law. But could be there today. You can use the roads. I can get out on the roads. I can travel around. Bum, 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 bum. But tomorrow your insurance runs out. You can't use the roads. The old bully boys are going to drag you in, nick your cars, take you away. Same if your MOT runs out. There's a good chance you've got to run the risk. You've got to run the gauntlet. You've got to try and dodge the bullet. You've got to dodge the corporate bullet and try and miss these people. Otherwise, they're going to nick your motor, this, the other. Same with your road tax. Don't pay your road tax. I'm fucked if I'm paying any of these corporate governments anything anymore. They're just scumbags. They really are sick. They've just forgotten about our natural rights. I'm someone that love natural rights. To me, they're more important than anything else in the world. They're more important than breathing, man. So the point I'm trying to make is, you think you're free, but you lack one of these elements that this corporate system it's an overlay. The corporate system is just an overlay of the natural world, all right? Because everything in this world is owned by I and I. God owns everything. And whether you like to admit that God exists or don't exist, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter. But everything here is owned by Almighty God. Everything, even you're all owned by whatever it is, the Creator. But we have privileges now. So it's all, please, sir, don't take my license away. Please, sir, please, sir, please, sir, please, sir, don't take my insurance. Please, the premiums are £3,000 a year. Please don't take it. I need it. This is the problem you got. You have privileges now. Your home's a privilege. You have to have a mortgage. You have to beg. You have to pay rent. You can't have a dog. Oh, no, we don't allow dogs. Fucking hell. What? Really? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You know, we've lost all our natural rights and we're just a nation of beggars, really. If you're honest with yourself, we're a nation of beggars. All right. Now, the government should fear us. We shouldn't fear them. So protesting, unless you've got a directive, unless you're actually going to go and achieve something, and I mean really achieve something, and send the system a very clear-cut message. I'll give you for an example. If you've got a group of people in your country that are doing nefarious things, stealing the children, selling the children through bonds, social services, stealing the kids at gunpoint, say, oh, man, they're no better than Nazi Gestapo. And it hurts me to have to talk like this. I don't take no pleasure from this. I really don't. So you've got all these things going on, right? So what you're going to see is all of your people of your country are going to come together, because the more that the system takes and denies, the quicker everyone goes, fucking hell, what's going on? And then they all start paying attention. Does that make sense? Because people will fail to pay attention because of these little pieces of paper in their pockets. But that's becoming scarce. You're not going to have that ability to do that soon. They're going to be switching you off. They're going cashless. You've really got problems, all right? Really have got problems. So the more that they push us into corners, the harder it's going to be for you to get back to any. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to push back. So the point is this: you've got all these politicians doing all these evil, wicked things. You know, the EU, by the way, you're not leaving the EU on December the 31st. The EU withdrawal bill is a lock-in. It's not a lock-out. It's a lock-in, because it locks in EU law in this country. So you're not getting away from the EU, ladies and gentlemen. And they're pretty much taken over our Army, Navy and Air Force as well. You might want to check that one out. David Ellis and Sean Bean are really covering this hard at the moment. They're both ex-military. And all to the military generals that are allowing this to happen. Shame on you. Shame on you. So it is what it is. Okay, I'll just try and bring the truth to you. So, but if you've got a massive group of people and you've got a groundswell, which we're seeing now, we see the other day all the veterans just pushed through the police and the police stood idly by. They can't contain hundreds of thousands of people. And you as a nation and as a people could sort this out in one foul swoop so quickly, it would be done in a blink of an eye. Now, the Bible, the Bible, which is my favorite book in the world, talks about Babylon falling in an hour. All right. Now, I do think that might come true at some point, because the Bible it just tells it as it is. So it's a bit like, if everyone gets the ump, like the veterans, and if we all join the veterans and this, that, the other, we don't need to use any violence, any force, any nastiness, any calling coppers, wankers. We don't have to do any of that. All we have to do is come together, and we have to descend like an arrowhead and focus on a certain point. And we then, in mass, get these people to stand down. Can you just imagine being Boris Johnson, getting away with murder, getting away with out the front? Can you just imagine that level of protection is then not there? And then all of a sudden you are surrounded, top and bottom, front and back, right and centre, by the people. And you're told in uncertain terms to stand the fuck down and leave us alone, else there's big trouble. I guarantee to you, the police that protect these people in Downing Street are actually pretty decent when you get down and you get behind the uniform and you contact the man or the woman behind it. Now, I had a conversation with a guy out there that has a machine gun, and he said, we're just getting paid to do this job. He said, we know we're protecting paedophiles in there. He said, we know what they get up to, but we're paying mortgages. You've got to understand that they're all in this system together. Most coppers realise what they're doing is wrong, but they're just following orders. And to what end, I don't know. To what outcome, I really don't know. But that's what they're doing. They're just following orders. But if hundreds and thousands of you, a bit like scenes that we're seeing now in Poland, we're seeing Ireland, Doreen Cahill, she's just done a massive talk in Ireland. The streets were ram-packed. If you ever get to a situation in this country where you're all turning out and you ram-pack in the streets and for around all you can see is bodies, what you've got to do is, rather than walk around aimlessly, not really knowing where you're going, just going for a nice cream and a nice day out, you've got to have focus. You've got to have an intent. You've got to have intention. And through that intention, you manifest the reality that you want to see. You don't need no violence. You don't need to descend into the level of chaos that the system is embroiled in, because the system is cowards. All right, because the police will pick on you in your car and drag you out and kick you in the plums and leave you on the street corner and nickel your cars. But once they're confronted with all the ex-veterans and there's hundreds and hundreds of them, the police all of a sudden just turn into ballerinas. They're like, oh yeah, no, we don't want none of this. This looks a bit tasty. So for me, they're cowards of the highest caliber. Because if I was a proper tyrant, I'd get stuck in regardless. And if it meant I got bashed up, I lost my life, so be it. Because then I'm carrying out what I actually stand for. So the point is this: before I disappear, because I've got 5 minutes, I've got to go at 8, and I'm going to be doing it to share this. I want you to talk to your friends and families. We need to be. We have God on our side, ladies and gentlemen, right now. The BIBLE is not mucking around right now. There is so much of that. And if God is for you, who can be against you? Okay? Nobody. We have to have an outcome. And if I was the Prime Minister of this many people, and they were telling me, sort this mess out, else when we come back, you're... And they just need removing. Just need removing. Let the business people carry on. That's what I'm trying. And all you have to do is come together. Just come together. If you all unify and come together, and on Saturday, so if you can get around there and support Graham later today, come and join me on Wake Up UK. You'll enjoy that show. I'll see you all later. We can achieve whatever it is we want to achieve if we just focus. Take care.